Hou mijn vrienden, FL guys. Kom, ons gesels vandaag en praat over hoekom die FL een geweer is wat je moet hebben. En dit is een geweer voor die rechte mannen en niet voor sissers niet. So let's get started. Alright guys, we're out here at the range. And let's get started on why the FL is a phenomenal weapon and why you need to have one. Or maybe not, depending what your opinion is on the topic. This video is meant for people who either have no experience to FALs and are thinking about getting one, or those who have an FAL and need to justify it to their wives, to their family, to their friends on why they spent that much money on an FAL. So let's get started. So one reason on why you should have an FAL is obviously the historical aspect of it. The FAL got featured in a multitude of conflicts, beginning with the Congo crisis, in Katanga with the mercenaries, or the Belgian forces, or Irish peacekeepers.
Retaliation in Katanga after Congolese mutineers had opened fire on Belgian troops. The rebels were hiding out in Katanga, which had announced its independence from the rest of the Congo. 4 days were spent trying to persuade the Congolese to give up their arms. They refused, and this was the result. They were rounded up in the bloodiest battle since the Congo Mutiny began. Two Belgian soldiers were killed and a number wounded, but 18 of the mutineers lost their lives in this violent house-to-house gunfight. Some 200 were taken prisoner. The United Nations have already sent some 9,000 troops to the Congo to act as a police force. Let's hope they will influence a return to reason and bring an end to such needless bloodshed.
Then obviously we went to Rhodesia and South Africa and is seen use in the Bush War and in the Angolan Grensoorlog for a hot minute. And also in the townships in South Africa.
Then the magazine.
On the path.
You're fucking very useless. Where's the empty magazine?
I put it, sir.
What about you? It's a note, man. Look, I know there's a note. You must put the empty magazine on. Fucking you. Hit it, sir.
Grenade! Grenade! Keep it. Chaps, we are moving to Itoto. Section 1 will go on the first buffel. Section 2 in the second one. And Section 3 at the back buffel.
When going out into the bush in search of swapu, these men need to take with them every single item needed for survival. Their dress might be unconventional, but then so it is when they're marching with a 45-kilogram pack in temperatures which rarely fall below 40 degrees Celsius during daylight hours. Generally, the men find it easy to adapt to their new environment, but even then there can be problems. It's a hard land, a machine and man. The patrols we encountered were equally for real. Fit young men from South Africa's cities who had adapted quickly because they had to. These were national servicemen from Natal.
If we then look at Europe, we obviously have Germany briefly using the FAL. We have Austria using it as a Sturmgewehr 58 for a long time. We then have it in Ireland and the UK. Talking about the UK, it got featured in the Falkland Island War. And their counterparts, the Argentinian army, used the metric version of it. The UK had the inch one.
The weapons of war are stacking high, and as one pile is gathered up and stored away, so another takes its place. A lot will be destroyed, but what is in good condition will become ours to use. As one British Army officer put it to me, the Argentine junta must be made to lose money as well as face.
If you look at South America, we have Brazil, Peru, and a slew of other countries using the FAL, and Argentina, as mentioned before. Then if you look at North America, I mean, we had Canada with their C1, and we had the US with the T-48, but that was a short-lived project. And then we can go look at other conflicts, such as Vietnam War, where the Australians used the L1A1 SLR, and in a very unique configuration that they called the rifle. So overall, this rifle has seen extensive use in over 90 countries around the globe. So if you're going to have one, you are honoring that history of it. And I think that's a huge reason on why to get one to begin with. The second reason why I would buy an FAL is the cartridge itself. The cartridge 7.62 by 51 millimeter or 308 is not only available everywhere on the world. I mean, I lived in Europe and had access to it. In Africa, we had an abundance of it when I lived down there. And then now in North America or the US, we can get access to cartridge. We can go other countries, other continents, and there's always access to 308. The 308 cartridge has been around for a hot minute, and it's such a good round. It's an all-rounder round. Why? I've got a bigger profile of a round, so it's bigger. I've got better stopping power. I can not only penetrate body armor better, but also can use it for hunting if you're into that. And I can stop vehicles better. I can penetrate walls and whatever is behind it. Then obviously it is decent velocity with that round, and it comes in different configurations. I can get, on the civilian side, I can get super spicy hunting rounds, or I can get regular Army issued ball ammo, M80 ball. Or if I can, I want to do some reloading and reload that ammo myself. It's easy to reload, and I can make a slew of other rounds, if you know what I'm saying. So overall, the cartridge itself is a phenomenally cool cartridge that comes with a rifle. There's one downside, and that you all need to be aware of, is that I'm limited in terms of the ammo I can put into the magazine. The standard FAL magazine is 20 rounds. Something you want to be aware of. This is 20 rounds only, and that's not that great. Compared to the 5.56 magazines, which are standard 30 rounds for the AR-15 or Galil or whatever, or even for the AK family, 7.62 by 39. Very rare are 30 round magazines. This is a converted Bren magazine that was made for the FAL. They're not common. They usually come with issues. It's just something you want to be aware of. But apart from that, you got a phenomenal round. And I can tell you from my own use down in Africa, the 308 or 7.62 by 51 millimeter is a round you want to have, especially if you're fighting in the bush. The third reason why you want an FAL is because the FAL costs a little bit more than regular rifles, and you as a buyer set yourself apart from all those who just want to buy a cheap rifle for plinking. You as a buyer put some time and effort into researching the rifle, into researching the history of it, and researching how it actually runs, on how to adjust the gas regulator, on how to properly manipulate it, and how to understand that platform. And that already sets you apart from every other gun buyer. And you become part of a rather exclusive club. And that exclusive club is the club of the FAL owners. And I think it's the most rewarding club to be in. I've been part of the FAL owners for now a multitude of years, and I really love the culture. It's so much that I can learn about a rifle. There's so much history, whether it be in Africa, Europe, South America, or even the Falkland Islands. We're not going to talk about the Indian FAL versions because I think they're junk and I hate them. But apart from that, there's so much history about it. It's such a cool rifle, and it's seen so much use. To this day, it is still in use. And if you buy one of these rifles, you're part of that unique club. So good on you, and I welcome you to our FAL family the minute you go one. So that is the reason number 3. You're part of a unique owners group that not everybody owns an FAL. Because most people either don't want to spend that much money on it, or they think the ammo is ridiculously expensive, or they don't care about the history of the firearm, which is perfectly fine. I'm not saying everybody's cut to be part of that club. But those of you are, you're freaking awesome. The 4th reason why you want an FAL is because the FAL comes with aftermarket support. I know we have obviously DS Arms, who makes a lot of aftermarket for it. And I'm saying that not being endorsed by DS Arms, even though I'm wearing a DS Arms t-shirt. I think it's pretty cool, right? But I'm saying that because it is their bread and butter. It is not a dying platform. We've seen it before when they're like novelty guns on the market, or guns that have been used for a hot minute and they run out of support, and suddenly no one makes aftermarket product for it anymore. DS Arms makes different stocks. They make different handguards. They make suppressor-ready plugs. They're making now ambidextrous parts for it. So they're upgrading that platform to ensure it is still viable in the 21st century. One of my rifles as you can see in this short video, is completely set up to be a modern take on the battle rifle. And it's not going to be the last modern take on a battle rifle, just FYI. But anyhow, it just shows you there's aftermarket support, so the platform is not dying. DS Arms won't give up on the FAL. And there's not only DS Arms out there. We have Dead Air. They make muzzle brakes that fit the 9x16 left-handed thread. We have Arizona Response System that makes parts for it. We have Rescomp in South Africa. They make also parts for it. And we have a very unique guy, Bruce Wetzel, out of an ex-Rhodesian, out of South Africa, that makes a unique pair of folding stock for it. And it wouldn't surprise me if there are other companies now picking up on the FAL and just making accessories for it. So overall, I would say the FAL is not a dying platform, and is reason number 4 why to get into the game. And reason number 5 is keeping the vibe alive. And you have a vibe when you take the FAL to the range. I know some of you all want to LARP, and that is really cool. I'm guilty of it as well. But it's also just a vibe taking a battle rifle out to the range that runs and showing it to your friends, showing it to your family, and just blasting away at the range. And not to forget, to circle back to point number 1, is you keep the history alive by 2. I mean, going to a range somewhere in the desert or with a forest area with an FAL, I mean, it comes with a vibe to it, you know? And I think that is really cool about this rifle. Talking about vibe, I think it's an undeniable cool vibe to shoot an Austrian Sturmgewehr 58 clone. I think it's a phenomenal cool rifle. I thought I would never say that. It's also pretty smooth to shoot. So let's give it a try. Whew, that is smooth. Same with a slew of other rifles, they also have their own vibe, but an FAL 308 or 7.62x51 that has seen so much history around the globe, you can really like carry that spirit with you when you go out and shoot. And we've seen that multiple guys do it. One of them, and he's one of my favorite YouTubers, Administrative Results, his vibe, unbeatable with the FAL. So anyhow, that is reason number 5. So let's recap. Why should I own an FAL? Well, there are a bunch of reasons. Reasons are such as history. You keep history alive. You have a phenomenal cartridge that comes with it. You have aftermarket support with it. You have a vibe that you carry with you when you take it out to the range. And you just have a cool platform. So I hope you enjoyed this video about why you should own an FAL. And why you're also, and that's reason number 3, I think, why you're also part of a unique group of people that is dedicated to keep history alive and part of the family owners worldwide. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have other reasons why you want to buy an FAL, why you think the FAL is cool, comment in the comment section below. Subscribe, like, share this video, carry the message out to your friends, send it to your friends, let them know that they should also get an FAL if they don't have one. And thanks again. Follow my Instagram, Twitter, they're linked below. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video.